Good morning, students, and welcome back to this recorded session. Today, we are going to learn something about the changes in matter. Well, so you may say, hey, mister, but that was the last class. Well, so in the last class, we were reviewing about the state of matter, or the phases of matter, right? Los estados de la materia. But in here, we are going to learn something about the changes in matter. And we have two changes, kids. So we have physical changes and chemical changes. But what happened with the physical changes? Well, in the physical changes, the substance changes but matter does not change. For example, water freezes but it is still water. Meanwhile, the chemical changes, los cambios químicos, so they create new substances and matter changes. For example, wood changes into ashes and gases when it burns. La madera cambia en ceniza y en gases cuando se quema. Type of changes. So there are two types of changes in matter. Reversible change is when matter can return to its original state. Heat often causes these types of changes. When something becomes hot, it expands and its volume is bigger. When it becomes cold, it contracts and its volume is smaller. And we have the irreversible change. Is when the matter cannot return to its original state. Okay, for example, we have that the paper changes into ashes and gases because it is made of wood, right? Now, in the physical changes, the matter can change its state, but it is the same matter. For example, from solid to liquid or liquid to gas, like the water, so the change can occur when there is a change in temperature. So, we get the first one, that it is melting. That occurs when a solid becomes a liquid. For example, snow melts in warm water. Or the evaporation, that occurs when a liquid becomes a gas. For example, water in a puddle evaporates. Or boiling, that occurs when a liquid reaches a high temperature and becomes a gas. Water boils at 100 centigrades. Other liquids boil at different temperature. Now we have the condensation. In the condensation occurs when a gas becomes a liquid. For example, water vapor forms condensation on windows when the weather is cold. And finally, we have the solidification. In the solidification, we can say that it occurs when a liquid becomes a solid. For example, water changes into ice at cold temperatures. And in some of the cases, kids, we can have two different types of state or phases in the matter. For example, we have the non-Newtonian fluid. Well, kids, you may say non-Newtonian. Well, a non-Newtonian fluid is a fluid that does not follow Newton's law of viscosity. Constant viscosity independent of stress. In non-Newtonian fluid, viscosity can change when under force to either more liquid or more solid. Captured, for example, becomes runnier when shaken and is thus a non-Newtonian fluid. Many salt solutions and molten polymers are non-Newtonian fluids, as are many commonly found substances such as the custard, honey, toothpaste, starch suspensions, cornstarch, paint, and etc. kids. Well, kids, most commonly the viscosity of it's a non-Newtonian fluid because it is dependent of the stress, or if you lift it, si lo dejan o lo presionan, so according to that, it will change, right? So, okay, this is my class, kids. I hope that you really like it. and we see you in the next one, kids. Thank you. Well, kids, I have to say thank you and goodbye.